Hey universe, it is 6:03 here on the 23rd of December, making the date 12222322, unless you're in Europe, and then I suppose the date is 231222, 231222, 231222. No, let's go with 122322, the American way. Because I'm an American, and because it's 6 o'clock in the morning and I've only had 5 hours of sleep. But, I posted the Nicole, what should we call that? Breakup, material for Nicole. If I were Nicole, I would want to break up with me after that, probably. Not that we're together. No, we're together. We're not. I'm implying things that don't exist. But, so what? Why would I want to all of a sudden 7 hours later be talking about it again? Well, one, Nicole at least was the first point in life when I realized I truly could love somebody more than I love myself. And I think the loss of Nicole, in retrospect, has taught me how to lose something bigger than myself. Because the relationship and life I would have shared with Nicole is a loss I will always feel. Forever. Because I know how wonderful that would have been. Now, my life's pretty damn wonderful without her. And who knows who might step into a slot to make my life even more wonderful. I'm not here to berate my past for having been the best of times that are all now lost. That's not it. But I still intensely have feelings for Nicole, and I haven't seen her in over 10 years. So, what does that mean? It means that when I lose it like I did yesterday, there was nothing unnatural about that. There was nothing unmanly about it, and there was nothing embarrassing about it. If anything, it reinforced the fact that I'm a different person. That I no longer feel like I have to mask up who I am. That I no longer have to be ashamed of the fact that I do fall into tears with regularity and with shocking ease. Because that's just the way I'm composed. And the way I'm composed, once I came to terms with it, is a person I love being. And if I ever run into Nicole again, she'd be the one person in the universe who would be the fairest judge to say, yep, you have changed. Pause. Or let's face it, she could say, you're still the same duplicitous piece of shit you always were. Let's go play some pinball. Pause. Well, no, not pinball. I mean, let's face it. It would be a let's go play SSX Tricky. I get to be Zoe, and if you think Kaori is going to come anywhere near first place, well, get your Asian ass out of here, would say Nicole. Maybe. 333! So yeah, I got to go to work. Really, I got to catch a bus in about 25 minutes. So, given that we're 3:43 into this thing, well, that gives me about 15 minutes of morning mental masturbation. What shall we mentally masturbate about? I gotta pay my water bill. Shall we talk about that? Fuck no. That's the dumbest thing we could talk about. Okay, how about this? I got a ticket on the bus yesterday. Not a ticket. I mean, I got a pass that is an all-day pass. And the date on it is 12-2-blank-22. And when I say 2 blank, there is no way you can see 22 next to the date, even though that was the date it was printed. That second 2 printed so lightly or just didn't print that it's clearly not there. So, should I save myself $6 today, take that same pass that will look like 12-2-3 and get on the damn bus this morning with it and not pay my $3 going or coming? Is that theft? It is, right? I mean, it is theft. I know it's theft. But the bus will be running whether I'm on it or not. This pass is legit and was given to me by the actual entity who is providing my ride this morning. If I show them the pass they gave me yesterday and they say, yes, get on the bus, have I stolen? I knowingly am using a pass that was only good through 2:59 in the morning yesterday. So it expired 3 hours ago. Why does this have to be a conundrum? Pause. Or, in other words, am I just a big pussy who won't take advantage of something that the universe gave them that's there to be taken advantage of? Or, conversely, am I just a goody two-shoes who, if I saw you bring gum on a field trip, I would tell the teacher, teacher, we're not allowed gum on the field trip, and Julie brought gum. Okay, it's pretty funny I pulled the name Julie out of there. I was wondering when that name would come up because I think of all the female names, and this includes Jen, and I've dated plenty of Jens, but I've always had a friend, Julie, actively in my life, even now. And they all wanted to be called Jules. How funny is that? Oh, and my number, because I meant to say it yesterday, it's written on this note, is somewhere between 75 and 125, but I don't know it. And I hate that my gap is that wide, but it has to be, for reasons many a plenty. Hang on, I gotta go fix my attitude. Oh, and on the 633, did I mention how fucking cold it is? God damn, it's cold. Like, I still don't have any flowing water into my kitchen, which means, of course, I'm going to go to work. There probably will be a broken pipe in the cellar. I'll come home, it'll be warm enough, and then it'll flood my basement. So I got that to look forward to. Okay. Did I mention it's cold? It's so cold, I actually considered moving the cat's litter box into the bedroom. And then I thought, well, fuck, if I put the litter box next to the laundry basket, there's a 50-50 chance she'll just use the laundry basket, so I left it where it is. But it's that cold. And you know how much I don't give a shit about the cat. And yes, obviously Phoebe's stuff's all in here because Phoebe. But Frankie, well, whatever. I did feed her in here last night, but then I put her food out in the main room and she didn't eat it, so I gave it to Phoebe, because Phoebe. Oh, and the winner for most redundant note in my collection of notes so far, at least that I've noticed, is I want to talk about liars who pepper in the truth. I've written that down 3 or 4 different times in different places. Meaning my brain keeps saying, wait, we got to talk about liars who pepper in the truth for some reason. So I guess maybe I'll spend a module later today just talking about how to pepper in the truth if you're a liar. That way you can recognize if you're being lied to by somebody who's also giving you truth. These liars are tough. I was one of them. And I was a good one. Pause. Well, hold a second. I mean, was I a good one? I don't know. I was a willing one. I was definitely a willing one. Okay, I now got to be leaving in 10 minutes. So that means, and actually I probably should be leaving in 8. Because I do not want to miss this bus by a minute. So, hang on. Oh, well, shit. You know, I might have to just pick this up later, but let's pause for now. Okay, so I'm going to start getting ready for work. If I'm making too much noise, I'll try to, well, I'll hit the stop button. The phrase up there that I wanted to talk about today is respect to everyone, grovel to no one. I believe I know it's a Native American people's phrase. I can't name the tribe from which it comes. But it's the kind of phrase that I certainly don't have the learned life experience to embrace. I've had nobody to whom I was asked to grovel. Being a white middle-class American, I basically have had people grovel for no reason at me. And that is, of course, unearned bullshit that I recognize some of the time, but I'm sure don't recognize most of the time. And so it's a little pompous of me to come out with one of my favorite quotes is, respect to everyone, grovel to no one. But I spent enough time groveling my way through the structure that asks us to be grovelers, that says, you know, sometimes if you kiss a little ass, you get a little further. Or whatever. I know there's lots of good kissing ass cliches out there, and I don't know one of them, so I'm not going to use any of them, but those of you who inserted a good one, good for you. Thanks for making this whole thing better. At least in your mind. And really, that's all that counts. But getting distracted while putting my boots on. If you're going to respect everyone, well, that one's tough. Even yesterday, I told you I was disrespecting my coworkers in my head who called in sick because the day was all fucking awful. And why? Why does that make me think lesser of them when they're the ones making the smart decision? Any other circumstance other than one where if I don't go to work, I don't get to eat, which is essentially slavery. Any other circumstance, yesterday's a day you don't go outside. And here I am in my head thinking lesser of people because they decided to make the smart choice and stay where it was appropriate. Indoors. Humanity has advanced this far that we have shelter that protects us from these types of elements. But we're also such dickheads that we force ourselves out into these conditions so that we can eat. That's the civilization we're living with. That's the one I'm about to walk out into as I tie my boots. That's the one Phoebe sleeps through because she's not a part of it. If she were, she would not sleep so easily through all of my podcasts. In fact, she'd be stressed like a motherfucker like the rest of us. I said motherfucker. I can't end one with motherfucker. She'd be stressed like a son of a gun, just like the rest of us.